What's up guys, Volke here. Wanted to bring you a quick replay, a first-person replay commentary of a game that I actually just played like a couple minutes ago. This was a least played match, so basically what least played is you get to choose between a pool of heroes that you have played the least, and I chose Elder Titan. I just wanted to kind of showcase that hero, and this was really the first game in actually probably, I don't know, a week or two that I feel like I actually played extremely well. Like I actually played at pretty much the best, very close to the best I could possibly play. So I kind of wanted to showcase that. And I was playing with a friend. I was playing with Pit Viper. He's been in a couple other of my videos. He's playing as Terrorblade in this game, and it was a pretty good game overall. It wasn't too long of a one. And yeah, so we're just gonna be rolling with that. So I'm gonna be playing Elder Titan off lane. I'll kind of be on and off solo off lane. Elder Titan he's a very interesting hero in the fact that he can fit a lot of different roles. Sometimes he will mid, sometimes he will offlane, sometimes he'll play like full support, sometimes more of like a tanky support. That's the one reason why I don't really like him, is because when you pick him, you don't know 100% what you're going to be doing. And this game was kind of weird because we didn't really have a set mid player, so that made it kind of hard. Sand King was supposed to pick a mid, but he didn't really, especially against OD. That's kind of a hard pick, so we're like, okay, what do we want to do? I didn't want a mid. I had bought items for like off lane, so I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? So, you know, it is a least played match. It is non-ranked, so we're like, whatever, we'll just do our best. So Ogre Magi played mid for quite a bit, which isn't good against OD either, except for that he's kind of durable, so allows him to stand up a bit. Now, really quickly here, I do want to showcase off my Elder Titan set. So I have World Forger's Crown with gold spent. I have the shoulders for that, and then I have Might of the Old World, which is a weapon that doesn't fit that set. I was watching him getting ganked there, I mid. And then the Spires with kill assists and the bracers. So pretty cool set. It's a mythical set that I got from a chest, so I enjoy him. So now I'm going to be laning here against a Centaur and a Skywrath Mage. Kind of a sucky lane. As you can see, they're already zoning me out. Skywrath's a pain to play against in any lane. So I'm just going to be kind of doing my best. I am lucky that Elder Titan is a pretty durable hero. He's a strength hero. So I'm just going to be doing my best. I'm not really going to be too focused on last hits. Elder Titan doesn't really need them super badly. Now, Sand King's going to come in here. He's going to stand there. I'm like, Sand King stun, Sand King stun, Sand King stun. Doesn't even stun. So, I make it out alive, but barely. And from the very start of the lane, I'm already at low health. Yeah, I can tangle up, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to get back up to full health. So that's unfortunate. While I'm kind of sitting back, let's talk about Elder Titan's spells really quickly. His spells are a little bit complicated, and they are kind of micro-intensive, not extremely bad, and I do mess it up sometimes. So you'll see kind of how it works. Basically, he has Echo Stomp, which you can see the radius there. Elder Titan and his Astral Spirit, I'll get into that later, both stomp the ground, damaging and knocking nearby enemy units unconscious around their locations. So it deals damage. The thing that it does, though, it's not a technical stun, it's a sleep. And what that means is it stuns them, but if they take any damage, they wake up. But as you can see, the duration gets pretty long. Like, by the time it's maxed, that's 5 seconds. So that's pretty good. It can lock down an entire team. So pretty good. And then it does a little bit of damage as well. Now he casts it around himself. What I was about to talk about was the Astral Spirit. You can see that has a very large cast range. What that does is you put this Astral Spirit, he's like a little ghost. You can micro him around, he moves around. Does damage to anything he touches. Now he only does damage once, so once you touch something with him, he'll do a little nuke. If you run him back over the guy, it won't do any more damage. Anyways, thing is, if you cast that, and then you cast your Q, both your hero and the Astral Spirit will channel and then do the stun. So basically it allows you to initiate from a really long range, and it's a very good spell for that reason. You can also kind of use it to harass and get last hits from far away. There's the Spirit there. And I'll tell you something about that in just a sec after this fight's over. There's the Stomp. And I'm just going to kind of back up. I can't really do anything. Anyways, about the Astral Spirit, the bonus to it. So you can move them around and do damage to creeps, heroes, whatever. When you summon it back to yourself, it'll give you bonuses. It gives you a bonus damage and bonus speed. So that's why you want to cast it on as many things as you can, summon it back to you, get that bonus so you can hit harder and move a little bit faster. So that's kind of the thing about the Astral Spirit. Kind of a complicated move, kind of hard to micro around, but it's pretty good. And mostly you're going to want to use it for the initiation with your Echo Stomp. Very good combo. One of the best combos in game. And like I said, because the cast range on this is so large, you know, I can be standing here, I can put my Spirit there, I can even move it farther out if I want to, then cast Q, then bow. So pretty good spell, pretty good for initiation, pretty good for slowing down fights, whatever. Then we're going to talk about his third skill, which is going to be the thing that I'm going to level last. That's natural order. Okay, we're going on this guy. Easy kill. Super easy kill. If you kind of missed that, basically, Sand King Burrow Strike, I did my Astral Spirit, summoned it back, hit him, dead. Super easy. And that's going to give me a kill, give our team a kill, our first kill, and I'm going to be picking up my boots and walking back to base. Gives me perfect time to talk about the third skill here. Natural Order. Reduces all elements to their basic levels, removing base armor and magic resistance from nearby enemies. So basically, reduces armor, reduces resist from people around you. So very good for team fights. So you have the initiation, which is great for team fights. Then you have that, which is very good for team fights because it's reducing all armor and magic resist around you. Lastly, Earth Splitter. Sends forth a jagged crack in front of Elder Titan. After 3 seconds, the crack implodes, slowing movement while dealing damage to each enemy based on their maximum life. Okay, so it doesn't do a base damage. So however much life you have, does a percentage of it, which is really good against heroes like Centaur, even Ursa if he gets a little more tanky. Does a percentage of their base life. So it does 35% of their base life as damage, slows for however many seconds, and for however what the percentage. You can see there how it scales up. Has a 3.14 delay. So basically what that means is you're going to send it out. It's going to be a giant crack, 3 seconds, bow. It hits, does damage, slows. Pretty basic, really good for team fights. Kind of hard to hit, but here's the cool thing about it. I see him over here because we have a ward, so I'm like, maybe I can kill him. Can't really kill him. I was wondering if those 2 spells would have enough damage to do it. They did not. But either way, I'm probably going to send him back to base. The problem there is that Sand King got caught out. And you can see I have that orb around my weapon. That basically means I'm benefiting from that bonus damage and movement speed. So there's that. So what you can do though is, because this Echo Stomp is a 5-second sleep when it's maxed, only 3.14 seconds to activate your Earth Splitter, so you can sleep them, send it right through, and they won't even be able to dodge. Now if they take any damage during that time, they can move, but that's besides the point. So that's kind of his spells. I'll talk about the build that I go a little bit later. It's pretty basic. See if it shows up. No, I can't show it up, but pretty basic. So basically at this point I'm just going to be laning. I'm level 4 with 1 kill, no assists, no death. Our team is down 2-1, but that's not really a concern. We do have Pit Viper on TB. He's going to be farming up the top lane. TB is, in my opinion, the most OP hero in the game right now. You could say you're definitely wrong. I think he can be countered pretty easily. I'm sure if you're good, but the truth is, like in low-level games like this, he's just going to dominate. So I felt confident about having him on our team. Ogre Magi is a really good support. Lone Druid can always back up on the carrying, and then Sand King's a solid support as well with the stun and the ulti. Against Ursa, in my opinion, you always want lots of lockdowns. That's why I see that's his biggest weakness. Obviously, until he gets a BKB, but anyway. So, as you saw here in my build, I started out with a Stout Shield. I had a Ring of Protection, and then a Branch and some Tangos. So, I went for a Ring of Basilius before I picked up my boots. The only reason being is I wanted that mana regen, and then I just feel like I was struggling in lane, so I'd rather pick more of a utility item versus just a speed item. But I did end up getting the boots after that kill. Then I went for the Magic Wand because it's going to give me those extra attributes. Plus I have a Skywrath in my lane who basically, if he's smart, will be spamming his ability, which will give me lots of charges on that. So that's why I went for that. And then obviously I have the Stout Shield for extra survivability, and that's pretty much my build thus far. I got the feeling that Centaur is not very experienced with Centaur. He didn't appear to be that strong with him, but that's the whole point of least playeds, and that's why it's a fun mode to play. With heroes like this. So you can see me kind of moving him around and then pulling him back, just so I can get that bonus damage, and so I can harass a little bit. And you can see that I do quite a bit of right click damage there. That was really unfortunate. To be straight up with you, I did not realize that Skywrath was level 6. I had just checked Centaur and he was not, so I didn't think Skywrath was at all. If I knew that, I wouldn't have been in that position. I wouldn't have died, but that's still my fault. Sand King misses his stun. That's all good. He's just going to get harassed back a bit. And then the Centaur ult. There was really no purpose to that, except for there's Windrunner's roaming for Lone Druid right now. So I don't know if he's trying to help him. I know that Centaur's over here, so I'm just going to kind of scout around and see if I can hit him, which I do. But there's a lot of guys in lane. And we're going to have to back up a bit here. Now I Echo Stomp, and he stuns. So that gives us like a lot of time. Get him down really low. I pop my ulti. I might have been able to go to the right click, but I thought maybe I could get him. Unfortunately, he dodged. I basically just did that to see if I had a strong enough nuke to kill him / harass him even lower. So out of that fight, I lost no health. Sand King almost died, but we got all 3 of them down, so that wasn't too bad. I maybe could have killed Ursa if I decided to go for the right click instead of the ult, but I thought I would just bank on the fact that maybe they're noobs, and I could have even gotten like 2 or 3 kills from that. So, but you kind of saw how that ulti looked like. It's just a giant crack, and then it has a pretty wide radius, a lot wider than you would think, and it does pull you into the center of it when it explodes. So, and you'll see how that works. At this point, I think I just picked up Urn of Shadows. Urn of Shadows, that's what I'll get next if I don't have it already. But Urn of Shadows is a great item because if you're winning team fights, it basically gives you infinite health regen for your entire team. I don't know if you know how Urn of Shadows works, but basically the way it works is if a hero dies near you, you get 2 charges on it, and then you can use those charges to heal or damage. I mostly use it for heal. I definitely missed Micro there, went the wrong way completely, and he's going to survive for it. We do have Ogre Magi coming down, Sand King's there, but we all have no mana, so there's nothing we can really do, except for just kind of threaten him away. Now, I thought they were going to come, so right when I got enough mana here, I see Ursa coming back. I'm like, I'm going to Echo Stomp, we're going to get both these guys, but Ursa was just coming over to scare us away. Which is fine, we're going to get out of there. At this early in the game, you don't want to be that close into the enemy territory, so I'm going to back on out. I'm 1-1 right now with 0 assists, so that's not great, but that's also not bad. TB did just die, which sucks. That puts TB at 0-2, which is not good, considering I'm basically relying on him. If we go to Last Hits Denies, Lone Druid's winning, which is good, Ursa, and then Terrorblade right behind. So we're not looking bad as far as farm. Either way, we're going to get 4-man tank mid, which is really unfortunate. There was some pinging happening, but I wasn't paying attention. I wish one of my teammates would have verbally called out to me, but whatever, that's my fault. Either way, now we're down 6-2 after Sand King just somehow snuck that, but then 7-2 because he gets taken out. So it's not looking very good at this point. I'm 1-2, which is not where I want to be at all. My farm's really not that bad. Not that farm is huge for Elder Titan, but just the fact that I have the Magic Wand, I have the ring, I have the boots at this point is good. Either way, he's way overstays his stay. His welcome, I should say. There's my ult. Didn't hit anyone, but, you know, what are you going to do? Pop my Magic Wand to keep myself alive inside that Sky Flare. Either way, we picked off OD there, which is good. He had a nice Sunder on Centaur, which is going to make Centaur dead. And we'll take 2 for 0 any day. That gives us a little bit of a grip back on the game. I do get hit by a pretty nice power shot there. Just gonna send me walking back. He does give me a bottle charge though, so I feel good about that. Now we're pushing mid, and Lone Druid was pushing top, so great split pushing on his part. They're here and they're ready to tussle. I have full mana, so I can kind of keep them off us by popping my Spirit and then the Stomp, and I definitely want to do that. You can see me looking at them there. You can see I select it. I'm just waiting for them to come up a little bit closer, and there I go. There's the Echo Stomp. I get them both, but we can't really do anything. All of them are up at this point, so it's kind of risky for us to go in on that, especially with the tower still up. Either way, I got a little bit of nuke on them, and I kept them off my butt, so it works. Now, they are going to want to go on this, but I can do the same thing. There's the Echo Stomp there, stun them all, and you can see my right click is very strong, so I just take Skywrath out, just 2 hits, just like that. Remember that your right click upgrade is going to go up based on how many heroes you hit with your Astral Spirit. So I hit like 2 or 3 heroes with that, so I'm going to get a pretty strong right click bonus. Now at this point Ursa is roshing, and we don't know that. We didn't have a ward up, so, and he probably smoked it anyways. I could have scouted it if I would have thought about it, but I wasn't even thinking straight. Either way, that's going to put me at 2-2-2, which isn't bad. Wind Ranger's going to kind of overstay her welcome. If I wouldn't have been shackled, we might have been able to pick her off. Either way, she's still sticking around, and she gets entangled, which is great for us. Echo Stomp, and she's dead. I got the kill on that, actually. There's my ult. Centaur hung around for a little bit too long. Now, he still survived, but I did take out Outworld Devourer, which is huge because Outworld Devourer is a hard carry, so you want to be keeping him down. And that's not even a really bad trade. The fact that we took him out was good. The problem is that Ursa got Aegis at that point. So if we're looking here at kills, their Skywrath's looking pretty nice. I'm looking okay, Wind Ranger's looking good, and then these guys are all staying afloat here, and then their Centaur's not looking great, which is good for us, because Centaur's so annoying. And then if we look at farm, Lone Druid winning, which is great. TB's there below Ursa, and then everything else is kind of what you would expect. So we are down 10-7, but it's really not that bad. We had already pretty much thought we were going to lose. I really want to get this guy. And I couldn't tell if I stunned him or not, to be completely honest. He was out of my vision there, so I didn't want to walk up the cliff without knowing. I might have been able to kill him, but it wasn't worth the risk, especially since I didn't know that I'd actually hit him with the stun. So I'm just going to be kind of hanging around mid here. There's not much I can do at this point. When you play a hero like this, kind of a support-based hero, I'm just trying to see if I can get Skywrath. You want to farm when you can. You kind of just hang back and wait to support your carries. Like if a fight's going down, I need to be there, so I'm kind of just always ready to go. I do have my urn at this point, but I do have 0 charges on it. The thing about urn is it gives you good stats too. You get 6 strength from it, which is going to give you some good survivability plus the mana regen. Okay, here's Wind Ranger. Ogre scouting him because he has an invis rune, which is great. And we're like, oh, what's up, Wind Ranger? There's my nuke. He gets a multicast, and I didn't even need to cast my Q, but I didn't know he was going to get a multicast, so we'll take that. We're going to pop back to mid. That's just a free kill. Take that any day. Any day. Now we're hanging around here. The other thing about Elder Titan, I think he's a pretty cool looking hero. He's super large as far as scale goes. So he has kind of a presence. And his passive is just a really fun passive. I'll be leveling it later. If you can hit your Qs and your Ws good, you'll be a great Elder Titan. He's one of those heroes that's like on one hand hard and on one hand easy. On one hand, you know what you need to do. You need to be casting your Ws, stunning with your Q, and you need to be ulting. And then on the other hand, sometimes it's really hard to do. So here I come. There's my W. There's my Q. Completely miss everyone, but I pop an ult down the center. Just to see. I didn't even look to see if I got anyone because I was going after OD. End up killing him. We're going to go back to mid. I'm like, let's kill Ursa really quick, forgetting that he has Aegis. And then I go down right after he goes down, but he did have Aegis. Either way, Terrorblade is actually doing pretty good up here. He's going to be running. Somehow that shackle, oh my gosh, I don't even know how it cast with that range, but he goes down, which at that point was really bad. That was basically a 4 for 2. We burned Aegis, which is good. I'm like, Sand King, what the heck are you doing, bro? Like, we needed him in that fight. But whatever. It was a 4 for 1. We did burn Aegis, which is good, but other than that, it was a 4 for 1. Now, after my urn, I'm going to be going for... Well, I got Arcane Boots. I forgot to point out, I did get Arcane Boots. I don't know what's best boots to get on him. I like the Arcane because you do struggle with mana. I did. So I decided to pick those up, and then I'm going to be going for Mech next. Because Ogre didn't want to get Mech, Sand King wasn't building it, so I'm like, I'll get it. The thing about Mech that's good is A, it's a really good support item, it helps your team, but B, it gives you a lot of survivability, and with Elder Titan, that's good. Because you can just kind of sit around, pop your W, pop your Q, wait for them to go off cooldown, pop them again. You kind of have that option. Now we can see Ursa down here, but he's just about to finish up that camp, so we're kind of roaming down here to see what we can do. He also has a haste, so there's nothing we can do with that. So we just kind of poke around, and then we're going to be headed over to bottom lane to see what we can do there. So bottom lane. So at this point we're down 5 kills, which sucks, but we do have TB. He's 1 in 3, which is not the best. But he's TB, so it doesn't really matter. He's gonna get hit with a homing pigeon, whatever that spell is called. Now I can see that there's a lot of them down here, and I want to go on this. So I Q, I stun 2 of them, and my ult's gonna come right on through there. Nobody attacked OD, so he gets hit by it. And Terrorblade's just going to burn him down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We get the stun there, and Terrorblade takes him, which is good, because we want Terrorblade to get kills. There's Ursa. Now I'm kind of survivable, so I'm going to kind of trap him in there for a bit, and he goes down. I try to stun there, don't really get anything. Wind Ranger's going to want to get me. She shackles me to the tree, and I'm just going to pop my urn on myself to keep myself alive. I bought my buckler there from my mech, and we took 2 for none, and we're looking in a good position to take this tower, so that was a good trade there. Would have liked to get more, and honestly we were in a good position to get more, so that was a little bit saddening that we didn't get more from that, but either way we got the tower, and we got 2 kills, so we're feeling good. And we're up in towers. They've only taken 1 tower of ours, we've taken 3 of theirs, so that's going to give us a gold advantage, which is great, and we're going to kind of push up to tier 2, see what we can do. Just kidding, we decided to back, so I'm going to back on out of there. They have a ward there. Didn't know they had a ward there. Very interesting. It's kind of fun to watch the replays back and see what's going on. So I'm just going to go up and kind of try to farm this way. If you get a little extra gold, I almost have my mech, and that will help us a lot in team fights. Basically, we're winning this game right now. We're taking our advantage because team fights. That's all it is. You got me dropping my stuns, dropping my nukes, dropping my ult, and then Terrorblade sitting back. We got 2 stuns between Ogre and Sand King, and then Lone Druid sitting there doing damage as well. Now the thing is, the good thing about Earth Splitter, not only does it do damage in slow, but here's the thing. It's relatively easy to dodge. I'll give it that. Okay, I dropped my Q, got them all there. This is the perfect spot for my ult. I hit 2 guys with it. We're gonna try to take out Centaur. He popped some nice solutions. I'm gonna back up a bit. We got 2 of them trapped there. Now Ursa's Shadow Amulets. I drop my Q. Look, Ursa's at like 1 health. I try to back up, but Wind Ranger takes me out with a power shot. I know Ursa's there because I saw him. He actually hits him with his W. And then he decides to go on him, but he takes him out. So that was good that we got Ursa. Lone Druid's going to try to fight here. OD survived. So lucky. So lucky that he survived. Lone Druid's bear was on him, and somehow the bear got away. So we got a multicast, we got a W, and he ends up taking out Ogre. But Pit Viper just comes up, takes him out. So there, we killed Centaur. So that was 3 for 3, not bad. Plus Terrorblade was there. So you can see now Terrorblade is 4 and 3, so he's gone positive, which is great for him. Now what I was saying about Earth Splitter, here's the thing. If they're standing in it, they take damage, their movement speed gets slowed. But let's say they dodge it, because it's not that hard to dodge. If they dodge it, you can kind of force them to go wherever you want to go. Because if you put it somewhere, they're either going to stay in there and take the damage, or they're going to have to move. And that's really good. To have the power to force your enemies to move around, it's good. So that's one thing I like about that ability. You can they can sit there if they want to. They don't have to dodge it. They can take the damage and get slowed. Or you can zone them away, move them wherever you want to. You know, we have heroes like Terrorblade. We have heroes like Lone Druid. It's nice to have heroes separate so they can pick them off easier. So I can split them up that way. It is called Earth Splitter. So, at this point, I'm just going to be jungling a bit. I did die, so I lost that gold that I had. I'm 5 and 5 and 7, which is not bad at all. We feel like we're in the lead at this point. We're down 3 kills, sure, but bow, bow, bow. 3 towers down. They only have 1 down. So, we're feeling good about that. I'm like, oh, I'll farm that. Freaking mud golems. So I'm just going to be jungling here. Pretty much that simple. Pick up my mech. Speed it up a bit. Pick up my mech, move it around. Pit got trapped down here. He tried to get a Sunder off, but couldn't get it in time, which is understandable. So I'm going to be coming down here. Now, we're expecting them to push this, but they decide not to, which is interesting, because we didn't have Terrorblade, so I feel like they could have definitely gotten something done, but they decided not to, so we're like, that's cool. I still have 2 charges on my urn after using it on myself, so that's good. Just kind of hanging around. We basically tell Sand King that we're going to need him to stay with us. If we're going to win this game, it's going to be based on team fights, so I can see Ursa there, because we have this ward right here, so it allows me to see across. We're going to kind of come down here. You can see that I failed that epically, and what happened was I meant to Q, like I meant to pop my W then my Q. I meant to Q it up that way, but I didn't. I failed it, so he ends up getting away, which happens. But we didn't lose anything for it. So here they come. I'm going to do that. My Q, Skywrath way mistimed his ult, so it basically wasted it. OD trapped him and then Skywrath. I had 2 of them stunned, so I'm like, I'll just pop this down there. If I get them, cool. If not, whatever. They're going to go in on this, which they probably shouldn't do, considering we have the tower up. He does get a nice ulti. Lone Druid dies. Should die. But I stunned like 2 of them. Pit is here, though. Pit is here, and he's ready to play. OD goes down. Skywrath sitting there. Their center got a nice stun. But he's going to die by my hand. Now he's stunned. And he dies. So we just took 5. That was really bad on their part to dive that tower. Yes, we were down 1, but Pit Viper TP'd in, and that got us the win on that team fight. So take that. I needed that. Puts me at 7, 5, and 10. Skywrath still destroying me in stats, but whatever. I have my mech at this point. Now I'm gonna build a cloak what Cloak does, or Hood of Defiance, my bad. Cloak built into Hood of Defiance. What Hood of Defiance does is it's going to give you some good survivability because it's built out of Ring of Health, which gives you health regen, and then 2 whatever rings, regeneration, whatever they're called, they give you health regen, and then Cloak, which gives you magic resistance. That built into Hood of Defiance, which is going to give you basically a bunch of magic resistance, and you can build that into Pipe, which gives your team a bunch of magic resistance. So that's a good item to have, and that's what I'm going to be going for. Now, you look here, you say magic. Why do you need magic? Well, OD ult, Skywrath. That's about it, but I'm thinking my farm's looking great, so I might as well pick it up. Just for those 2, I might as well grab it. Plus, it's gonna make me more tanky, which is good. He's gonna get destroyed, which happens, whatever. And then Ogre's also running away. I don't know what he was doing down there, but I'm coming to save him. So I do that, bow, and then I pop my ult because I know that he's there and Skywrath's over there. I hit them both, kill Skywrath actually, which puts me on a killing spree. Ogre's still running. My abilities are on cooldown, but I can kind of stand here and make him think that I'm doing something. I pop an urn on him just to give him maybe a little bit of HP, and triple stun, triple stun, oh. And then Pitch gets an easy kill there. Sand King's gonna slow her down, and she wind runs. But I have 3 seconds on my Astral Spirit. We're gonna see if I can get her, and bow. Pull that back, and then Ursa does get away. Pit made a horrible move. He thought that he could he thought that he could stop Ursa's TP by sundering him. So he swapped his full health for Ursa's low health, didn't stop the TP, and then Ursa just stopped the TP and got away with full health. Either way though, we still took out Skywrath. Skywrath, Centaur, Windrunner, we only lost Ogre, and Ogre initiated that. He's the one who baited them all the way up there, so say it's a good fight. Yeah, see, they're like, you're sneaky because he came all the way over here and then lured them all. That was their fault for following that, but at this point, 22-22, we have all tier 1 towers down, and they only have 1 tier 1 tower down, so we're feeling good. At this point, I have my Hood of Defiance. See that, plus 8 HP regeneration and the 30 spell resistance, and got my headdress, so all I need is the recipe. Ursa is roshing, and somehow we do not scout it, even though we walk by like 20 times. A lot of times when I'm against Ursa, I just forget to check rosh. It's just stupid of me. We walk right past him. We could have easily picked him off. He's just lucky that we're stupid. But either way, we're going to be pulling up around this way. See if we can pick anything off. Basically Ogre's scouting with the Invis rune, and then we're just kind of following him, see if we can get a view on anyone. And we're like, okay, Ursa's at Roche, maybe we can make something happen here, because we know they don't have Ursa, and he's their strongest right now. So I do that. I zone him out. I don't stun him, but I do zone him. I force him to stay up. There's my ult. They don't see it. Bow, hit them both. And then I'm just going to right click. I do get shackled pretty hard. He goes down. Now Ursa's here though, and he has Aegis, but Pit's going to nuke him so fast. Terrorblade. I was going to get a double stun, except for that I got trapped in Astral Imprisonment. So I'm going to try to save Lone Druid, get him a nice little urn. Pit takes OD down. Windrager's going to chase, and she's going to creep back around the top. Ursa's coming after me at this point. Pit's down there farming away. I'm going to come back down to Pit. Earn him up. Pit asked me what he should build. I said Manta, because I feel like that's the best item. Lone Druid does get taken out by Ursa, but we're going to get a kill on Windranger. It's pretty much a fair trade. I mean, Lone Druid's not really going to carry us at this point. Pit is, so either way. So we can kind of put some pressure, because like I said, when you have Urn with this many charges, plus I have Mech, plus Ring of Basilius, plus Mana Boots, we have infinite regen. Like, I can keep him alive, I can keep myself alive, we can just sit here, and they can't really harass us out. So we're going to put pressure. Now Skywrath does harass us out a bit, but doesn't matter. What's he going to do? We have Terrorblade.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
There's my pipe. That even gives us more pushing power. I decide I'll just do that. That scares them, because they're thinking, are they going to jump up on high ground right now? Did we? No, but putting the pressure on, keeping them off us. So we decided to back at this point because we don't want to push our luck. We had a really nice team fight, came out ahead, took a tower. You don't want to force it. In games like this, when you're trying to come from behind, you never want to push your luck. You never want to say, like, let's do this, and then end up throwing the game. So I just kind of do some base damage there. I pick that up. That's going to give me some movement speed so I can move around, and then he can farm the creeps. Totally fine. So we're feeling good in our position right now, but we're not necessarily feeling like we have the game. We're ahead, but we don't feel like it's a sure shot win. We can definitely throw this easily. At this point, I am level 16, which gives me my level 3 ulti. So what that means is it's going to be 50% slow, which is extremely good. That just basically gives Lone Druid and Pit Viper, aka TB, more ability to pick people off. They can stand back and right click. So I'm going to try to save Sand King here. I get a nice stun, but they already had him walked. I'm thinking at this point, can we go on this? Honestly, Sand King isn't that important to our winning. We have Terrorblade with his ulti, so I'm thinking let's see what we can do. So I'm going to come up here, I pop Pipe, pop that, pop my ulti first actually, then stun, kill Centaur because he just stands right in the middle of my ult, and we're going to chase them two off. Now at that same time, Ursa and OD killed Ogre at mid, but who even cares because we're going to be putting pressure on top now. I mean, who cares? It does kind of matter, but I'm going to be earning Lone Druid there. She attempted to get a shackle, I attempted to get a stun, and actually ended up stunning Ursa without even knowing it, so that's cool. Just going to be pushing the tower. Ursa decides, well, what is he going to do? Oh, he decides to go on Lone Druid. I actually kind of kill Lone Druid there, but he would have died anyways. I do kind of block him, which was a bad on my part, but whatever. I decide to stun him. Terrorblade decides to wake him up. I pop my thing just to do a little bit more damage. The problem there was his Shadowblade was off cooldown and he got away, and then Skywrath Mage killed Terrorblade. So after that fight, Pit was like, I should have just not woken him up. But in hindsight, you know, it's 2020. We almost killed Ursa. If his Shadowblade would have been like 1 second more on cooldown, we would have gotten him. So whatever. It does suck that Terrorblade died, but he's 8 and 5 at this point. His farm is well on his way. So we're still looking good after that. And my gold's looking pretty good. I'm going to send Courier to Secret Shop. My next item I'm going to pick up is going to be AC. Basically what AC does is it's going to even stack on top of this armor reduction. It's going to make it even better. It's going to give the enemy team more armor reduction, give us armor and attack speed boost. So it's just a great team support item. And on top of that, remember that I'm already pretty survivable because I have mech, I have ring, I have pipe. You know, I'm a strength hero, so I'm survivable. Put assault cuirass on me, give me extra armor, and I'm just going to be sitting there reducing yo armor. So that's how it pretty much goes. Now, Ogre's in a really bad spot there. Let's see what I can do. There's nothing I can really do. I just got to back up. He was warding, which I appreciate. I didn't buy a single ward this entire game, which is great. As Elder Titan, I don't like to be like full-on support. I don't like to buy wards. I don't like to buy courier. I like to be kind of a team support, like dropping my AoE stuns, dropping my ulti, having those items like mech, pipe, whatever. I like that type of support. I don't like to have to be warding. I like to be a rich support when I play Elder Titan. That's what I like. Some people might play him differently, but that's just me. So they're going to be pushing this. There's nothing I can really do. You can see there I failed again. I thought I had popped my W, but I hadn't. So whatever. Even if I would have hit it, they still would have taken the tower. There's nothing we can really do. Just going to kind of back up. Now at this point I am 10 at 5 with 15 assists, which is pretty great. For me, Elder Titan's not a hero that I play very often, so I felt good about that stat. And I have this Pimpin set, so I like to play him, you know. And it was my daily challenge for the compendium, so it was like a triple whammy. So we see them coming this way. Because of that ward that Ogre placed and then died, we knew they were coming. So you can see I get a perfect stun, because I know they're all there. So I stun 2 of them, send my ulti straight through. OD decides to walk right in the middle of it, bow. They're all slowed, 50% movement speed slow, can't do anything. Pop my pipe. I popped my pipe a little bit late, but didn't even matter. We took 3 for none, so scratch that. 4 for none. Four for none. and Ursa was not in that fight, and that probably had a lot to do with it. I don't know why he wasn't in that fight. That could be chalked up to almost GG. The thing about Terrorblade is he has such strong pushing power, especially when he has Manta. As long as he has his ult Manta, and then W, and you have 4 illusions, you can even get a max of 5. So they do fortify there, but what's it gonna do? Not really much. They decided to pause. I decided to look at my shop. I was trying to buy the whatever it's called, plate armor or whatever. I was saying tactical, but he actually DC'd. But apparently Ursa and Skywrath weren't getting along very well, so Ursa's like, I don't care. And OD apparently also was like, I don't care. Even though, like, honestly, Skywrath was doing the best on their team, as far as kills anyways. But they're going to try to micro him and fail, and he goes down. So we took 1 barrack, so we feel good. Now I pipe up, mech up, mana boot up, earn up. I mean, that's the thing about a hero like this. You can keep everybody regen. They can't do anything. There's a single stun there. I just got that stun on Centaur, and then Sand King's going to follow up. You can see how powerful my right click is. Oh yeah, my attack speed's pretty low. But once I pick up AC, that's going to change. So she's going to run away, sure. Centaur gets a nice blink. I get Astral Imprisoned. I pop my ult. Bow, kill him. That makes me Volke sick. 12 and 5, take that any day. And I have 13 earn charges, so I can just sit here and earn everybody up. The only thing I'm suffering on here is mana. And most of that, well, part of that's because I got Astral Imprisoned. They don't like yellow apparently, I'm not sure why, but we're going to take the win. I was saying, Pit, let's pick up another Rax. He says okay, we roll over here. The other thing is Ogre Magi and Terrorblade's a crazy good combo because you can Bloodlust him, just like that. Give him even extra. And take that kill. Radiant's top barracks have fallen. Now I went down here to pick up my AC until I realized that I didn't even have my hyper stun. It was on the courier still. So I was like, oh, that sucks. Middle tower is under attack. So Pit's ultied again, so that means he's gonna pretty much melt everybody. But I stun him anyways. You can see Pit's damage. TB, his damage is just too good. And at this point, pretty much GG. Now you could argue that I kind of just killed Sand King there, but whatever. Now you could argue that maybe they could have held this off longer if they hadn't unpaused when Skywrath was DC'd, but I don't know about that. I'm gonna pop back here, get my AC, bow, and GG, y'all. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has been your first person replay commentary on Elder Titan. Drop a sub, drop a like, whatever. I do appreciate the views, just the views themselves. So I'll talk to you guys all later. I'll let this task pop up here really quick. And take a look there. You can see definitely dominated Terrorblade in stats. Look at those assists. Bow. And I'll talk to y'all later. Volke out.